As an island nation, Sri Lanka is vulnerable to various adverse effects of climate change, such as floods, landslides, droughts, and rising sea levels. These impacts have resulted in a significant increase in internal migration.
නායන වෙලාවේ හම්බුනේ එකම බඩු මල්ල. පන්සලේ හිටියා, ඉස්කෝලේ හිටියා. ඊගාට අපේ පොඩි දුව ඉන්නවා උඩහායේ හිටියා. එහෙම ඉඳලා අවුව දැන් පායනකොට ගෙදර යන්න කියලා. නැවත වහිනකොට ආයිම එන්න කියලා. එහෙම තමයි අපි හරි දුකේ ජීවත් වෙන්නේ.
Human mobility is seen as an adaptive response to climate-related disasters. This video explores the linkages between climate change and human mobility in Sri Lanka.
The findings of the study show that mobility and climate change have a complex yet strong nexus. Climate change, mobility, or an individual's movement from their place of origin, either permanently or temporarily, is becoming increasingly common. It also includes a plethora of socio-economic and psychological facets that affect the lives of millions of people around the globe. IPS conducted an extensive research study for the Ministry of Environment and IOM, including 15 districts and 5,724 individuals affected by climate disasters during 2012 to 2022 to better understand the various nuances of climate mobility.
The findings suggest that human mobility serves as both an adaptive strategy and a coping mechanism when faced with climate-related hazards. The outcomes of mobility differ depending on the type of disaster experienced. Landslides and floods lead to displacements and permanent migration, while droughts and sea level rising mostly cause temporary and seasonal migration. These climate-related disasters have a considerable negative impact on household income and the ability to sustain livelihood activities. As a result, affected individuals are compelled to migrate to nearby cities or areas in search of alternative employment opportunities.
අංකයකටම බලපාන මේ සමහරක් කට්ටිය මේ ඇලකින් පාසුකම් ලබා ගන්න පුළුවන් කට්ටිය ඒවෙන් පාසුකම් ලබා ගන්න ජලයෙන් වගා කර ගන්නවා වෙනත් කට්ටිය මේ සමහරක් ඉතින් මේ වෙනත් පැතිවල ඉඩම් ලබාගෙන ඒ කියන කුලි බදු පදනම් මත ඒ වගා කරන ඒ කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා ඒ කියන්නේ මේ තිරහසාගෙන කට්ටියක් ඉන්නවා ඒ වෙන කට්ටියක් ඉන්නවා ඒ වගේ තමගේ වගා කටයුතු කරන කට්ටිය ඉතින් සේම කොයි මාරේ ගිහලා වගා කටයුතු තමයි ඉතින්.
Drought is one of the most extreme weather events that occur in Sri Lanka. As of 16th April 2020, approximately 267,000 individuals across 11 districts have been affected by drought. The agriculture sector is highly dependent on natural resources and thus traditionally associated with vulnerability and poverty in Sri Lanka. Therefore, the severity of climate change affects poverty, food security and asset vulnerability even more.
In the dry zone of Sri Lanka, an increase in human-elephant conflict caused by drought serves as a significant push factor for seasonal migration. The absence of male figures who migrate in search of livelihood opportunities during climate disasters leaves women and children feeling insecure. Women are burdened with dual gender roles, having to take care of household work while also generating income.
ගෙදර ඉන්න ගෘහමූලිකයා පිරිමියා ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ගෘෂි කර්මාන්තයේ විඳ වැටීමත් එක්ක වගා කරන්න ජල පහසුකම් නොමැතිවීමත් එක්ක ඒගොල්ලෝ මේ වෙනත් ප්‍රදේශවල කුලී වැඩ එහෙම නැත්නම් මේසන් වැඩ පොඩි කම්කරු වැඩ හොයාගෙන යනවා. එහෙම ගිහිල්ලා ගියාට පස්සේ මාසෙකට සැරයක් සතියකට සැරයක් ඒ විදිහට යන එන අය ඉන්නවා. ඒ තුල ගොඩක් පවුල්වල මේ බිරිඳ සහ දරුවන් තමයි ඒ ස්ථානයේ ගෙවල් වල රැඳෙන්නේ. බොහෝ විට ඒ අය අනාරක්ෂිත බවක් තියෙනවා.
The farming communities are affected by increased freshwater salinity and saline intrusion. The fisher folks get affected by changes in the terrain that damages the bottom of the boats and changes in the rainy season that affects their livelihoods.
If sea level rise continues to affect fishing communities, it is likely that they will have to change their traditional livelihood or consider temporary or permanent migration away from their homes. Seasonal and temporary migrants are vulnerable to risks such as drug and gambling addiction, as well as limited access to food and nutrition. Those who are forced to relocate face difficulties related to income generation and a range of issues related to adjusting to their new lives. The residents of Haenamulla Flats in Colombo 15 include forcefully relocated families due to floods. Their relocation challenges included conflicting advice on whether to stay or move, extended delays in the allocation of housing for relocation, and the sudden and stressful actual relocation process. Landslides and floods are sudden onset events that cause victims to be displaced temporarily or move permanently. Most individuals face challenges during and after their mobility experiences. The individuals affected by the 2021 landslides in Valapane, Norelia district have expressed their prolonged wait of over 2 years for the promised new land to compensate for the damages to their properties. Despite this, they continue to reside in their damaged houses. The unresolved nature of the promised relocation leaves communities in a state of uncertainty, unsure whether to build their existing homes in high-risk areas in case the relocation does not materialize, or to preserve their savings for a future residence.
ඉන්නේ අලිප්ටහාරේ තමයි ගොඩක් දුරට මගේ ඉතින් එකම දරුවා හිටියේ එකම පුතා. එයා තමයි අපි දෙන්නම ජීවත් කළේ. ඉතින් එයාට අපි අසරණ වුණානේ.
Despite migration and remittances playing a significant role in contributing to household income and expanding livelihood opportunities, the victims of climate events often lack a comprehensive understanding of the significance of these adaptive measures like seasonal or temporary migration in search for optional livelihood opportunities and women adopting dual gender roles. Those affected by sudden onset events are more capable of understanding the connection between mobility and climate change and are likely to receive assistance from state and the non-state partners compared to those who are affected by slow onset climate events and extreme weather conditions.
Even within the existing support systems, there are gaps that need to be filled, especially making sure the support services are provided to the communities in need in a timely manner.
දරුවන්ගේ ගොඩක් වෙලාවට අනාරක්ෂිත බවක් එනවා වගේ වෙලාවට අනාරක්ෂිතයි ඊළඟට දරුවෝගේ බෙහෙත් කෑම ඉඳුම් හිටුම් නිරන්තරයෙන් හොයන්න රාජ්‍ය සහ රාජ්‍ය නොවන ආයතන මැදිහත් වෙනවා නම් ගොඩක් ඒ වෙලාවට වටිනවා කියලා මම හිතනවා.
The recommendations related to human mobility and migration include the development of a roadmap integrating the dimensions of human mobility and the related socio-economic impacts into climate change related frameworks.
It is recommended to work on building resilience and coping strategies through capacity building programs with material help, knowledge, monitoring, income diversification, and public-private partnership for index-based insurance schemes targeting the livelihoods at risk.
Regarding voluntary migration, it is imperative to assist potential migrants to make informed decisions through programs focused on improved financial literacy, skills development, and improving employability. There should also be improved access to services, social welfare systems for the left behind, and regular programs at divisional level counseling services. Through programs focused on improved financial literacy, skill development, and improving employability. There should also be improved access to services, social welfare systems for left behind, and regular programs at divisional levels for counseling services.